Options include a heated cockpit and heated seats, lumbar support, comfort grip, control sticks, and that's not enough. They also offer the Garmin G3X Touch Suite on the panel. Comfort, style, and a whole lot of fun. Cavalon pricing starts at $125,000. That's Autogyro LP25. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go fly. As soon as they get the chalk line from the stall taken off, it'll be green flag and we'll have let the flying start. So everybody flies a don't want to have anybody doing something unexpected because we're not using radios. We're not using radios here at Paradise City because this is FAR 103 or Light Sport uncontrolled tower. And what you can see is Jonathan out there with Donnie Lawmeyer. They are blowing the last little bit of the chalk line off that was used to identify the start-stop mark for the National Stoll Competition that happened last night. The FAA doesn't want any lines on the runway. It might cause somebody to make a mistake, let's say it that way. So now that the runway is clear, and Donnie's Lawmeyer is giving it the okay, I think we'll get ready to start flying again. There's Craig Bothheim. He's the EMT fella. And Jonathan out there with the orange. Give a wave, Jonathan. We see you out there. There's Jonathan. He was manning that blower very well there. All right, they're clearing off the runway. I think we're getting ready to do it and crank it up again. Another episode here at Paradise City. Wednesday, the 14th of April. The winds are picking up a little bit. You can see the top of the trees across from the runway starting to dance. When those trees are starting to dance, it becomes a little bit sporty, we'll call it, sporty. And especially when the wind comes across those trees. When it's across the trees like that, the air rotors, and when it causes that rotor action, it really does cause turbulence. And obviously the lower down and the closer to the trees, you're going to get more and more turbulence. So what we need to do is to be careful of that. Those pilots are going to be basically staying away from the trees and getting as higher than the trees as soon as they can. Now these other aircraft, these faster aircraft, they are not as susceptible to the rotor as we are in the PPGs and PPCs and the Easy Riser, for example, that John Moody is flying. So what we're going to do is watch them. It becomes sporty. It's great for the spectators. It just becomes a little bumpy for the pilots themselves. So they get to show their skill and perform wonderful flybys and touch and goes for you here. Many of these exhibitors here are offering ride share. Well, they'll come and you can actually jump in with them and they'll take you to show you the capabilities of their aircraft that they're offering. This is Dennis Long in the A-32 Vixen, getting ready to launch right now. Dennis Long, A-32 Vixen. This Vixen's got the 912, and he's in booth 26, LP booth 26. And Dennis Long is the exclusive importer of Aeropract here in the United States of America. Dennis Long's a great guy. He was flying a bunch yesterday in the Slimer, what I call the Slimer. That would be the Alto North America 912 TG with Scott Rose. And they flew quite a bit in that. And they were having fun, apparently, because Dennis can pretty much fly anything he wants, but he was choosing those two aircraft mostly. The Alto North America 912 TG and the Aeropract A-32 Vixen. They've also got the A-22 over there at his booth 26. So he'll be probably displaying that and flying that as well. So we had quite a few PPG flights this morning. The powered paragliders were out in force, just like last night, right after the Stoll demonstration. I think we had 13 powered paragliders flying. You have different ones. They had the Scout, had 4 strokes, had 2-stroke air conception, things like that. And a lot of the guys from the Paradigm Acrobatics team, and they're right there in the red and black tent. And I believe that's booth 29 that they're in. So the Air Ops flight briefing is pretty much over, so the fellas should be coming out in the airplane soon enough. We see the Airbirds in formation flying over Paradise City now. They're about 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet, heading west, and they're making their practices. It'll be a big air show tonight, everybody. If anybody's interested, you stay around tonight. Be a big air show, both a night show as well. I don't think we're doing the fireworks tonight, though. Maybe Donna can confirm that for me later. But I don't think we're doing the fireworks, but big air show and the night drone show. If you have never seen the choreographed drone show that they do, I think they have 50 different drones that all fly in a specific pattern and make shapes with the lights. It's quite something to see. So if you're around tonight, you might want to check that out. We see Jeremy Knoll right now in the Bushcat. That's the Skyreach Bushcat, which is manufactured in South Africa. Jeremy Knoll and his wife Danielle are the importers of the Bushcat, the Skyreach Bushcat. And they are in booth, don't remember, let's look real quick and see. Jeremy Knoll, they are in booth 22. And that's Skyreach Bushcat. Very, very distinctive paint job on that. That's a gorgeous airplane. This particular one has the tricycle gear on it, but you can get that in a tail dragger or amphibian option. So there's different options you can get on that. They'll be happy to get one on order for you. They build those, and they're built in South Africa, but they'll bring them right in. And they're in booth 22. That's Skyreach Bushcat. Perfect. All right, so I've been given some information about the entertainment after 5 o'clock. Cliff Brown, country music artist Cliff Brown, will be performing at the Corn Roast at 6 o'clock. And also the Balloon Glow will be at 7 o'clock tonight, Balloon Glow. And the night air show starts right after that. The night air show starts at 7:30, and then stargazing and things like that after that, which is at the Phillips 66 Plaza. And hot air balloons tomorrow morning. If you like hot air balloons, this is the place to be to watch a whole bunch of hot air balloons. When I say a whole bunch, I mean 20 or 30, possibly even more, hot air balloons all filling up and launching, and they'll be doing that at daybreak. So if you want to see that, it's really something to see them all inflating there, because they all glow up and you see the colors, and there's very, very unique designs, unique shapes of these things. Really neat. We also have forums coming up, and we'll tell you about them in just a moment. I've just been informed that Brian Carlos is flying the Bush Cat today, so Jeremy Knoll is probably over in his booth, and Brian Carlos is flying the Bush Cat this time. They change the pilots every now and then. I know the airplane, but you can't necessarily tell who's actually flying the thing. So today we have some educational opportunities for you here at Paradise City. The educational opportunities include forums. Now these forums will start at 10:30 this morning, and Smiley, John Thompson, will head up the operation of these forums. At 10:30 today is Phil Lockwood. Phil Lockwood will be talking from Lockwood Aviation. He has a booth at N31 and D69 on the big side, and he'll be talking about two-stroke upkeep and maintenance of the Rotax. And that's 10:30 today in the forums tent right behind us here. At 12 o'clock today, Charlie Becker from the EAA will be here, and he'll be letting us know everything you need to know about building your own airplane. At 1:30 today, Bob Snyder will be out from Autogyro, and Autogyro, they'll be talking about how to fly one. If you're interested in flying a gyrocopter, he'll give you all the information you need. And Bob Snyder, is an LP25 if you're interested in looking at that. At 3 o'clock today, there'll be a STOL 101, that's Short Takeoff and Landing 101. It's a new demonstration that was here last night. There was quite a few people out here. I'd have to guess a few hundred. And we're watching the short takeoff capabilities and landing capabilities of these aircraft that they did on the line here. It's fabulous. I have to remember who actually won that demonstration, but they were all afraid of the 18-year-old phenom. She, 18 years old, and just tiny thing. Sits on phone books, I think. I think she's definitely sitting on a couple of phone books because she's so small. But she was really flying well, and her name is Jaden Newman. And she might have won. I don't know. I have to check. My bet's on her because, these kids are fabulous nowadays. But anyway, there's going to be a STOL 101 forum there in the tent at 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then after that, at 6 o'clock, the STOL demo will commence here again. So that's going to be a big thing. And this could be the Bush Cat coming back. I didn't see him turn on base leg, but it could be the Bush Cat. I'll tell you the forums for tomorrow as well, which will be Thursday. Thank you, sweetie. The forums for Thursday. Phil Lockwood is going to come back again at 10:30, and he'll be discussing the four strokes, the 912 and the 914 maintenance. So if you're interested in Rotax maintenance, Phil Lockwood will be there at the forum tent at 10:30 tomorrow to talk about that. And he does have his booth at N31 on the big side. And yes, that is the Bush Cat, the Skyreach Bush Cat. And Carlos is flying that one. What's Carlos's last name again? Brian Carlos. Brian Carlos is flying the Bush Cat today. Jeremy Knoll was nice enough to let Brian fly it. There are very few people I let fly my machines, I'll tell you that. So that's really nice of him. He must trust him, huh? At 12 o'clock tomorrow, UL Power will be presented by Robert Helms, and they're in booth 5. So if you want to know about the UL power plants and what's going on with them, that'll be at 12 o'clock. At 1:30 tomorrow in the forums tent, what you need to know about flying powered parachutes, and that's with Galen Gagley at Powershoot, and they're in LP12, and you might have seen him flying with Bill Walsh this morning, and they were flying the Airwolf. They had a black Airwolf and a silver Airwolf. Really did well, and they were doing demo flights. They had some folks up with them. It looks like a lot of fun. We were flying with them today. And then later on, if you're interested in how to fly a weight shift trike, a lot of people ask about weight shift trikes. They want to see about that. And Evolution Aircraft will be here at Evolution Revo. They're in LP16, and Larry Mendick will be having the forum on how to fly a weight shift trike. And that's something else that's pretty interesting. When you have time, if you want to sit in the shade and listen to some of these very, very good presenters and learn something at the same time, why don't you go do that? So educational opportunities here at Paradise City every single day. didn't go right to them and do it on theirs. Only because they were so packed up. You can go to the big computer. I think it's flysnf.org or fly SNFLP. Yeah, they will. There's Mr. Carlos. Mr. Carlos in the Bush Cat again. Again, you can get that Bush Cat in tricycle mode or in tail dragger or amphibian. That looks like a firefly. And hold on a minute, we'll get the information. And we see the Cavalon getting ready to launch again. That's the green gyrocopter at the end of the runway right now. That's the Auto Gyro Cavalon. It's possible that one is Tony Zorn in a Woody's Pusher. Not sure. I'm probably wrong. We'll double check that. John, can you do me a favor? That red one that just launched, he came down on that end. I don't know who he is. He'll be coming through in just again. And you, John, if you do the same thing, I'd appreciate it. These guys that are getting ready to launch. We're thinking that was a Kolb. Here's the Cavalon right here. Auto Gyro Cavalon in booth 25.
Good deal. All right, have fun.
See, look here. That was definitely a Kolb aircraft, the red one that took off. We're trying to see if it is the Firefly or the Firestar. I'll have to see that. When they come back around, we'll be able to identify that. And my guess is that was a Firefly, but it could have been the Star. As soon as he comes back around, I'll be able to see. But Kolb aircraft, they have quite a few really, really good aircraft. And they're quality, easy to build aircraft, easy to fly. And they feature folding wings and tail, which allow for very easy storage. The tail folds up and the wings fold up, and it takes about 15 minutes to do it for one person. So you can put it in a trailer and take it where you want to take it. Yeah, that's Kolb LP-14. There are over 8,000 Kolb aircraft in existence, and you can tell that there's quality because they're staying around for a long time, 8,000 of them. Kolb is well known around the world. You sit back and enjoy the awesome short takeoff and landing capabilities, and Kolbs are able to fly in weather conditions that other ultralight and experimental aircrafts cannot fly. Now, if indeed that is the Firefly, it's a FAR 103 high-performance aircraft. 5-gallon gas tank, of course, that's limited by FAR 103. FAR 103 aircraft are aircraft that have been deemed by the FAA that have less than 5 gallons of tank, 5 gallons of gas or less, 254 pounds or less, one person at a time. The FAA can come and inspect the equipment. You have to come and show proof of equipment specifications, but no specifications are required. In other words, what the FAA is saying, that it's up to the pilot in command to ensure the safety of that vehicle. It is not inspected. And it looks like that's the Bush Cat again coming back. That would be the Skyreach Bushcat. Skyreach Bushcat in booth 22. And Brian Carlos is flying that today. Jeremy Knoll is trusting this individual. Carlos probably works with him. Brian Carlos is a good pilot as well, obviously. So he's flying that today, the Skyreach Bushcat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one or that one. South African design and built, the Bushcat by Skyreach. Booth 22, LP 22. And if you look across the runway over there, you see the traffic coming in, streaming in, a big long line of individuals trying to get where you are. All right, here's this Kolb coming in. They're getting a little closer. We'll be able to see the difference if it's a Firestar or a Firefly. If it's a Firestar, it is an actual N-numbered aircraft. If it's a Firefly, it's a FAR 103 aircraft. No numbers or registration markings are required in the aircraft if it is a FAR 103 aircraft. They also have speed restrictions, and you must fly in daylight, and you're going to be flying so that you don't create a hazard to any person or property. And you can see him bouncing around quite a bit there. He's handling it very, very well. So that one looks like the Firefly to me. So that's the Firefly. The Firefly, and this one has a plus 4G and a negative 2G limit, and stall speed is 27 miles an hour, and the VNE of 80 miles an hour. The performance of the Firefly is absolutely awesome. You need to see the Firefly in the air to truly appreciate what it can do. Seeing how 40 horsepower pushes this little 254-pound aircraft around is very eye-opening. And that's Kolb Firefly. Kolb is an LP 44. Air Force One markings on that. The President himself must be flying that aircraft. Hail to the chief. And of course, while we were talking, the Bushcat took off again. People should be lining up to fly here very shortly. And if you're interested, or you have friends at home that want to see what's going on, we are live streaming on YouTube channels, the Florida Drone Supply YouTube channel, and Paul Zarnicki. That's me, yours truly, Paul Zarnicki, on my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and do a search on Sun and Fun, you can quickly and easily catch that. Go to Florida Drone Supply YouTube channel or the Paul Zarnicki. It's tough to dial in my last name, but it's CZARNECKI. The best thing to do is go to YouTube and do a search for Sun and Fun, and you'll see the live broadcasting that's being done. We've got cameras set up, the audio and the voice. The audio and the video, I should say. And we see the downwind leg on the Bushcat over there. Autogyro Cavalon. That is one sleek-looking bird there, the neon green. He's opening up the side door there. Autogyro Cavalon. They're in booth 25. And the Cavalon is accepting orders now for the 915 IS fuel-injected engine. And it is the first side-by-side gyroplane. Autogyro is a real masterpiece in design, technique, innovation, and it overcomes all restrictions and limits. Seated side by side, it presents the pilot and the passenger in total comfort. And we just got information that it was Sam Peachy that's flying that Kolb Firefly, Air Force One. I think Sam Peachy must have gotten a promotion. I didn't know he was President of the United States of America. But apparently he is, because it said Air Force One right on the side of that Kolb Firefly. Oh, is that Al Force? Al Force. Okay, that's pretty funny. Al Force. There's Carlos again, Brian Carlos, landing in the Bushcat. We've talked about the Bushcat here on LP22. Definitely go over and see Jeremy Knoll and his wife Daniela. They run a tight outfit over there. We're excited this year to be live streaming on YouTube, on Florida Drone Supply and the Paul Zarnicki pages. That's the first thing. We haven't done this before, but we're doing it now. And we have John here in the control room taking care of all the technical issues. Go, John. Thank you very much, sir. Excellent pictures, too. I'm looking at it now on the big screen inside here in the control center. So if you want to check it out, that's Florida Drone Supply or Paul Zarnicki on YouTube. And this looks like this is the Vixen, the A32 Aeropract Vixen coming back. The A32 Vixen from Aeropract. And they're in booth 26. The A32 Vixen. There you go. This is the Kolb Firefly again. Kolb Firefly, booth 44. This is Sam Peachy. Sam Peachy's flying the Kolb Firefly. And I thought it was Air Force One, but it's Alf Force One. So I guess maybe he didn't get that promotion we thought. I would have voted for Sam Peachy. I mean, just for the name alone, Sam Peachy. Sounds good to me, right? That's right. Now, what's this one? All right, that's Cub. That's a Super Cub. N74W. I'll look him up real quick, everybody. N74. Yeah, we're going to have to look on the Stoll page because it looks like he's one of the Stoll aircraft. I don't have him on my main page here. That's a good idea to tape him to the table. I tell you what, I like that. We do not have a Sun and Fun Instagram. No, we do not. Is it possible? Sure. Hold on, I think. John, can we set up this out to Instagram? Because we can do one to each. Okay. Well, we don't have to take off. We don't want to.
That's probably. Oh, that's the main side. That's the big side.
Okay, so you guys are coming for yourselves. Maybe we should make it.
What is this?
This is Instagram.
Yeah, we don't have Instagram.
Maybe she's trying to make it. It's that
No.
way. Let's do a bunch of videos for you guys and videos for your chance to interact.
Yeah.
See it from home. And everyone on Instagram.
No, not everybody. I was told by one of the kids that everybody's on Instagram, and I looked at her and smiled and said, well, not everybody, because I don't even know what Instagram is. Here's the Vixen, Aeropract A32 Vixen. The A32 Vixen has a 100 horsepower Rotax 912 ULS, and it has stick or yoke controls, and not many light sport aircraft offer a yoke anymore. And you can actually get that aircraft with two 15-gallon tanks as an option to have 30 gallons total. That'll allow you to fly for quite some time in comfort, because the cockpit is wide. It's very wide. It is 47 inches wide, so it's got easy exit and entry. A lot of us Americans are a little bit bigger, so you're going to need something like that, that's for sure. So you can fly for over 5 hours, and there is about 170 of them flying around the world, and 12 in the USA, and more shipping every month. That's the A32 Vixen by Aeropract. Aeropract is in booth 26. I think Alpha Force One is on final there. Alpha Force One, which is the Kolb Firefly. Kolb Firefly, they're in booth 44. Kolb is well known for their aircraft. They have thousands flying around the world. Their quality shows because you see quite a few of these aircraft that are well used, getting on in their age, but they're still very, very nice and serviceable. Pretty much like me, I think. Yep, that is the Kolb Firefly coming in. And you can see the skill of the pilots because they're getting bounced around from the rotor. Got an overfly here, a couple of aircraft. So you can see him getting bounced around because the rotor is when the air is hitting those trees, for example, and then bouncing around and rotoring over. It causes for sporty conditions, we'll say. As the wind picks up, the rotor gets stronger and stronger, but you can see that Sam Peachy did a wonderful job, brought it in nice and smooth, despite the turbulence. Sam Peachy, how's it going, Sam? Good flying, buddy. That's the Kolb Firefly with Sam Peachy, always a crowd favorite. There's another pilot that usually flies here. His name is Weeby, and I just like to say his name too, Mr. Weeby. But haven't seen him here yet this year, but I'm sure he'll show up. But now Sam Peachy in the Kolb Firefly. Cold Firefly is very, very easy to fly, very, very light. It's a FAR 103 vehicle. And because it is a FAR 103 vehicle, you do not need a license to fly it. Obviously, you need good instruction or else you'll only fly it once. Here's Dennis Long again in the Aeropract A32 Vixen. And Kolb Aircraft is the provider of easy, quality build aircraft. All the Kolb aircraft feature foldable wings and tail sections so that you can put it in a trailer, and one person can usually do it in about 10 minutes. 8,000 Kolb aircraft around the world. There's Sam Peachy again. And that's what I'm talking about. Your face in the breeze, I love it. That's my type of flying right there, guys. I like to have the breeze in my hair as long as I still have hair. And because that's a FAR 103 vehicle, it is maximum 5-gallon gas tank. Dennis Long in the A32 Vixen again. And you can see that rotor caused him to tip the aircraft away from us slightly because that rotor was trying to get up under that wingtip of his. But he, as an excellent pilot, has brought it around and shown his skill and prowess. That is Dennis Long in the A32 Vixen. I'm being told we're going to set up on Instagram too, whatever that is. Some of the kids can tell us what the Instagram is, but we're going to have pictures and things like that on Instagram very soon as well. And it's amazing what technology can do. Like most kids, I didn't even see a computer until I was 19 years old. Here is Dennis Carlos. Dennis Carlos flying the Skyreach Bushcat. I'm sorry, Brian Carlos. Brian Carlos, sorry about that, Brian. Normally Jeremy Knoll is flying that, but that today is Brian Carlos flying the LP-22 Skyreach Bushcat. So we're doing moving around. I'm coming up to the M squared. M squared. They have the Breeze SLA. Beautiful aircraft. Now, that is M squared. They do have the side-by-side Breeze too. Blue with definitely something to see. Booth. They're in booth 23. M squared in booth 23. Right next to them, over here in booth, we've got the Aero, and they've got the Merlin here. And the Merlin's a bright yellow, and you can. They say here that you can build your own Merlin in 2, and you can finish it for $1,000. That's the Merlin at Aero Marine. They've got Merlin and the we see the Colt Firefly coming on, and this is Dennis in the A32 Vixen, the Aeropractic A32 Vixen. Around, and the Colt Firefly right behind him. The Merlin light here, a vehicle, very, very small, very light. You should check it out. It's a Part 103. There's the Colt Firefly landing with Sam Peachy at the controls. Sam Peachy. After that, and walking down behind the forum tent, we have Auto Gyro. Auto Gyro's got quite a few nice aircraft here as well. There's Dennis Long taking off again in the Vixen. You check out the Auto Gyro booth down here right behind the headquarters tent. Auto Gyro aircraft, orange in color. And this gyro here will really take you down the road, that's for sure. Hey, how you doing today? I'm Paul Zarnicki. And you're live now on a bunch of different channels, and who are you?
I'm Andy LaBeouf.
Andy LaBeouf. We're just looking at your Auto Gyro here. It's really nice. Going to be able to see you flying today?
Yes, I will be flying earlier today.
Excellent. We really think good. Tell us something about this thing.
It's got the 914 on it. It's called the MTO Sport. I've got 233 hours on it now, and I've been having it for 3 years. And the only thing I want to do is I want to sell this one and get the next version, which is the 915 IS. So this aircraft's up for sale if somebody has the right money.
And what's the right money on this one?
I'd have to say about $90,000.
$90,000. Everybody check it out over here. Come out here to, wow. If I had $90,000, I would buy it. Come out here to Auto Gyro, check it out, right next to the headquarters tent, and we'll talk to you later about that. Come on by. So that was just a quick little walk behind the headquarters tent here. So we have Auto Gyro, Aero Marine, and M Squared just right here. We'll be doing more coming around and checking you out. So you better be ready. We're going to talk to interviews with you. There's Brian Carlos. Brian Carlos in the Bushcat. Bushcat by Skyreach, made in South Africa. That's got that distinctive zebra paint job on it, and that can be ordered in either a tail dragger or in an amphibian version. So let everybody know Phil Lockwood is setting up for his forum here. It starts at 10:30 in the forum tent. If you want to know about two-stroke upkeep and maintenance from the man, Phil Lockwood himself, avail yourself of these educational opportunities. Come on by. That's the Autogyro Cavalon right there. Autogyro Cavalon. Cavalon is the neon green gyro that looks like $1 million, but it's not. You can have one of those for about $120,000.
Videos. Wow.
Fly the Beach. Fly the Beach has this amphib that's coming by right now. And it's a Skoda Super Patrol. And it's white, green, and gray. And it has a 912 ULS, 24-gallon gas tank. And Fly the Beach can be found in booth 38. Booth 38, that's Fly the Beach. So if you live somewhere near the water and you want to have the capability to land and maybe, you know, talk to the bikini girls or something, then you should get one of these beautiful Skodas. You can go ahead and land on the water. As you see, they're dual capable. You can land on the water or on the grass runway or a hard runway, no problem.
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay, this is enough. Just kind of have it written down. You're gonna make it just swap them out. All right, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
So understand we've got some others lining up. We've got another Autogyro, the Cavalon, and that has the shark front end on it. And the G1 Superstol will be coming out. G1 Superstol, and they're in LP15. So each of those aircraft, I understand, are preparing to join into the fun, because you can't let just Pipistrel, Aeropract, and the other guys have all the fun. Let's spread it out a little bit, get more and more going. That's Sam Peachy. Sam Peachy in the Firefly. Everybody loves Sam Peachy. People would like to fly with you, but you only got one seat in that Firefly. The Firefly, it's a Kolb Firefly, FAR 103 vehicle. They're in booth 44, LP44. And here's Brian Carlos coming back in that very distinctive zebra printed Skyreach Bush Cat. Flythebeach.com, flythebeach.com. That's Viscoda, and Super Patrol. Skoda Super Patrol and flythebeach.com. Here's Sam Peachy again. Sam Peachy in the Firefly. Cold Firefly. Yep. Autogyro Cavalon landing. Autogyro Cavalon, that's the green, the neon green. They're in booth 25. And you can have one of those for about $125,000. And fly in style. Fly in style. Thank you very much. You're wonderful.
If you could think of some people that you, something like Gold Aviation and follow them and people that, okay, you get to follow them and
Right.
they might follow back.
Okay, all right, great, thank you. All right,
Thank you.
I'll be back.
thank you. No problem.
So we have special guests here today. And these special guests, you might have noticed them coming in. They're all wearing uniform over here. So we're going to go around and let everybody introduce themselves very quickly, if you don't mind. And just remember that we're starting with you now. She said, oh no, don't do that. And we're starting with you now. What's your name? Melindy. Melindy. So take the mic. Tell everybody what's your name and where you're from.
My name's Lisa Melindy from Ocala, Florida, down here enjoying sun and fun.
And we're going to say that again since you're talking through a mask. You have to talk louder than that.
I'll just pull it off. Lisa Melindy from Ocala, Florida, down here enjoying sun and fun with our local Civil Air Patrol squadron.
Civil Air Patrol Squadron. What squadron?
We're from all over Florida.
Okay. Who are you?
We're representing the Civil Air Patrol Cadet Program, working out, volunteering around here. So it's everybody from all around Florida.
And what age group?
Everybody between 15 and 18. So
15 and 18. So somebody that's, let's say, over 60 like I am, I couldn't get in?
we have a senior member program to, help out our cadets, and they have a lot of other responsibilities as well.
Excellent. That's the next one. That's Dennis Long in the A32 Vixen. That is the Aeropract A32 Vixen. How about you?
Hello, everyone. I am J.C. Zapata from Civil Air Patrol. I'm from the Brandon Squadron. And we're just kind of here representing. We're serving from what we can, volunteer service to just kind of do our part at this point.
Excellent. And do you have a rank when you're in there? Is there a ranking system?
Yes, there is a rank system. I'm a staff sergeant, rather low on the food chain. But yes, you can. These ranks can transfer into the military if you ever want to, which is
Excellent.
great.
Yeah, when I was in the Air Force, I only made it to sergeant. Of course, I only stayed in 4 years, and so staff sergeant would have been one above where I was. So staff sergeant's not low on the food chain in reality. Very good.
Oh.
Who's next?
Hello, my name is Jet Jones from Civil Air Patrol, Squadron 066, located in St. Petersburg, Florida.
St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yes, sir.
Do you fly as well?
We have a program that allows for orientation flights, and
So what
Not
you
sure
see
how
here,
many
they
you
came up
have.
on each other. We got Fly the Beach, and he was landing, and we got the Super Cub that luckily stayed away from. I'm sorry about that. Continue.
okay. Well, we have an orientation flight program.
Talk loudly.
We have a orientation flight program where we let cadets fly in a Cessna. I'm not sure how many times you can fly, but you can fly about 5 times.
Excellent. And who's next to you here?
Hello, I am Cadet Second Lieutenant Alicia Kahamarika. None of you have to try to pronounce that last name.
Karmatica.
Kahamarika.
I'm Zarnicki, so
That's how it's
we're
spelled.
challenged. So where are you from?
I am from Ocala, the Marion County Composite Squadron 361.
Excellent. And how many hours do you have flying? How much time have you been flying?
About 9 hours. of
9
flight
hours.
time.
That's a great start. You're having fun. While we're looking here, Sam Peachy coming in the Kolb Firefly, and they're in booth 44, I believe. That's Sam Peachy again. I love just saying that name. How about you? Like that, Sam Peachy?
It's a definitely easier to pronounce last name that I have, and that's a very cute little plane too.
That is
see,
a cool
he's,
little airplane.
He's supporting the Air Force, so
That's
he's,
right, supporting
he's
Air
okay
Force.
in my book.
That's Brian Carlos taking off in the Bushcat. That's Brian Carlos in the Skyreach Bushcat, made in South Africa. All right, next. So, what aircraft have you been flying? The Cessna? You.
Yes, pretty much Cessna,
Excellent.
and one glider flight in Alaska.
Ooh, I bet that was nice. How about you?
I'm Chief Master Sergeant Levison. I'm here in the Lakeland Composite Squadron 466, and I actually go to Central Florida Aerospace Academy.
Excellent. So you're going to make a career of this, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I would do it too. It's a nice way to make a living.
Yes, sir.
You don't get near as dirty as, digging ditches or something, right?
Yes, sir.
There you go. Well, I hope you guys enjoy everything you're doing here and learn a lot. And there are some powered paragliders over here. If you would like to check those out, that's another form of aviation. And this morning we were all out. We had 9 people flying these, and we had 13 last night. And there's different ones you can sit in or foot launchable. So I urge you to go check those out. We see Dennis Long here landing now in the A-32 Vixen. That's the Aeroprax A-32 Vixen. So there's lots of things to see and do here. And we were doing tandem flights this morning, and we'll probably be doing more as well as the time goes on. So if anybody's here and have the waiver band, you can do something like that. Okay? You're welcome. Mhm. And you're more than welcome to check out these machines over here. If you start doing that, I'll help you out. All right, so let's go talk to Dennis real quick and see what he thinks about the flying today. Donna, we're going to let the Air Cadets check these out. The Air Cadets are going to check out the flying machines. So Dennis, tell us today what you think about the flying.
Good morning.
Tell us what you think about the flying, Dennis. We were talking all about you here.
Again,
Tell us what you're thinking about the flying. We've been talking all about you all day.
beautiful outside today.
Beautiful flying today?
Beautiful headwind right down the runway makes it easy to impress.
It does, and this is a great aircraft. What booth are you in again?
This is an Aeropract A32. It's just a newer version of the A22 they've been making for 25, 26 years. They just refined it for more speed and listened to a lot of the owner's comments over the 25 years on little refinements they've made to the airplane.
And you're in booth 26. Booth 26, correct?
Correct.
Correct. So that's Dennis Long in the Aeropract A32 Vixen. They're in booth 26. Yes. I'm sorry? There you go, manufacturer demo. I think it is.
Thank you for the information.
And earlier, the Cavalon, the Autogyro Cavalon, the Shark, took off on booth 25 while I was talking with Dennis Long. That was another Cavalon, the gray one, the Shark emblem on the front. And Brian Carlos again. Hey, Brian. Brian Carlos in that beautifully painted zebra-striped Bushcat, Skyreach Bushcat. That's the Orion. That's the Orion gyrocopter. The Orion. The Orion is in booth 10. And booth 10 is Magni Gyro. Magni Gyro Orion.
Here it is, Shannon Estes. Here he is. All this information.
And that's Shannon Estes that's flying that Magni Gyro. That Magni Gyro, we're from Gulf Shores, Alabama. And The Magni M24 VIP with a Rotex 914 engine, 5 gallons an hour. It'll fly about 95 miles an hour. They're located in LP10. That's Magni Gyro. So let me put that on this board. Do we have a... Here it is. Got it.
Yeah, he was very gracious. John
So we've had a few different gyros out. This one that you see taxiing down at the very end there is the Cavalon, which is Auto Gyro USA, and that's got the shark graphic on it, the gray with a shark graphic. They're in booth 25. You can go see them just on the other side of the headquarters tent. And that's Auto Gyro USA, Cavalon. So we've seen two different Cavalons out here, the green and neon green one, and now the shark. I kind of like the neon green myself, but some people may like the shark more. So there's 10 minutes until the manufacturing demo. Is that who's doing it? Manufacturing demo is going to start in about 10 minutes. We'll get that list out for you and who's doing it, manufacturing demo. The manufacturing demo gives the exhibitors an opportunity to have the airspace all to themselves. They allow them to do a little bit different things so that you can see some more of the capabilities more than just flying the simple pattern. So just a few minutes for the manufacturing demo to start, and hopefully we're going to see Jaden Newman fly some more. She's the 18-year-old female phenom. She's flying the Carbon Cub ID 340, and they're over there in the Stoll, the National Stoll Group. But she's my favorite. She's just a little thing, and she's sitting on phone books, I think, to sit up high enough to fly. But in the National Stoll demonstration, the older guys, the adults, are quite afraid of her. They are worried that she is going to take the lead, and you know how some of these fellas are. They don't want the young whippersnappers to beat them, and in this case here, she came second place in Arkansas, which was the Stoll competition last month. The Arkansas competition, she only missed it by half a second. She would have won the whole thing. Steve Henry won that, and they call him Studley Steve, but I think my money from now on is going to be on Jaden Newman. Here we have this is going to be the Magni Gyro Orion. Magni Gyro Orion. They're in LP10. That's Magni Gyro. And that's Shannon Estes. That's pilot in command in that one, Shannon Estes. And they're out of Gulf Shores, Alabama. Got a Rotex 914. It'll fly 95 miles an hour in style and comfort. That is a good-looking bird, isn't it? I personally like yellow wings when I fly my powered paragliders. A yellow machine really stands out, gives you very, very good visibility, and it just plumb looks good. That's Magni Gyro. And we see Alto North America in the 912 TG, the Slimer. We had the the fun of seeing some smoke come out of that one yesterday. He slimed us. And that's Scott Rose. Hey, Scott. Oh, that's not Scott. I'm sorry, it was. I see Dennis Long out there getting ready to mess with it. And that's Brian Carlos just landed in the Bushcat, the Skyreach Bushcat. That yellow Orion that we were talking about is the first side-by-side two-seat factory-built gyroplane that's fully approved under BCAR Section T. And this is going to be the Autogyro Cavalon. Autogyro Cavalon. Autogyro in boot 25. The Cavalon takes you in style. Got another one. And you can have one of those for right about $125,000. The pricing starts for a kit. It's got a large tank volume, handles great distances easily, and offers everyone the perfect position thanks to its individually adjusting seats and pedals. Everybody's comfortable in the Cavalon. Plus, you just look good. And Dennis Long is strapping himself into the Alto North 912 TG. Dennis is always a very active pilot. We see him making many flights here every single day. Good morning. You're on.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
We're always living a dream, aren't we?
We are living the dream. Remind everybody who you are.
I am Scott Rose with Alto North America.
In fact, we watched you fly a bunch yesterday. Didn't you?
Really?
I thought you were flying with Dennis yesterday.
I was.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yesterday we saw you.
I can't give all my secrets.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You'd have to kill me, wouldn't you?
Nah. Too
So-
much energy expelled.
That's right. So you're actually going to trust Dennis to fly your 912 TG.
Yeah.
Dennis is a good pilot,
Yeah, he is.
and he was just flying that Aeropract A32 Vixen pretty much all morning.
Yeah.
So he's just taking up for a little ride. He's not taking anybody with him.
No. Nope, not today.
Not today?
The showcase, I have a little surprise.
Oh, surprise.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Slimer gets a little angry.
Oh.
Slimer gets a little angry.
Uh-oh. So what happens when Slimer gets angry?
Uh-oh. Hold on one second.
All right, Dennis is raising his hand. I think he probably wants another juice box or something. Maybe a little bit of refreshment before he goes up in his demo, manufacturer demo. So we have a technical difficulty. He's looking for the key. Now, typically, when the kids ask to fly your aircraft or you drive your car, I usually hide the key. But in this case, Scott Rose is running off to his booth to get the key to this beautiful neon green and black Alto North America 912 TG that Dennis Long will be flying in the manufacturer showcase here. He's got some secrets and some surprises for us. He didn't tell me what they were, but just to let you know, the nickname of this aircraft is called the Slimer. So that might give you a little hint as to what is in store for you today here at Paradise City. Sun and Fun 2021. And remember that we're being broadcast on various YouTube channels. In fact, Dennis is right in line. Wave everybody to Dennis. Dennis, wave to the camera. Got hundreds of people, maybe thousands, I don't know, watching right now on YouTube. They're not blessed like us. They can't be here, so that's what's going on. Up, they're bringing in the key. Can't find the key? Oh, as a joke. You tell him he can't find the keys all strapped in. Oh, April Fools. So that was a technical difficulty there. You found the key, I see.
It was in the trailer.
It was in the trailer.
Yeah.
Let me guess, next to the refrigerator.
I won't tell you what was in the refrigerator, but hey, you know.
Well, maybe I can come by later and find out there.
Absolutely, anytime.
I like that, Scott. That's good to me. So tell us about this beautiful aircraft you have here.
Well, let's start with the theme of the
The
aircraft.
Slimer.
The Slimer, yeah.
Everybody's wondering. I'm curious. Curious want to know.
Okay, well, when I ordered the airplane from DirectFly's out of Brno, Czech Republic. And they asked me the ever so most important question. What color do you want it? Well, I had a little bit of an issue with that because I couldn't figure it out. I spent 2 days trying to decide what color I wanted, and I got so frustrated, Paul, I couldn't figure it out. I opened YouTube, and lo and behold, there was a snippet of the Ghostbusters
I
movie.
love the Ghostbusters. Great movie.
And it was where Slimer was going into the grand ballroom and tearing things up, if you will. And I said, that's the color. And
So there you have the Slimer.
there you have Slimer.
I thought it was neat how he was eating the cake and it was just
Yes.
falling through him.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So we have Slime Green. And put some extra lights on it. It has a belly strobe that most LSAs don't have.
And I didn't see before, but on the top of it, I see the Ghostbusters sign, the ghost
Yes.
with the red circle and the line through.
Yes, yes.
Ghostbusters. Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
No, Alto North America.
Alto North America. That's right. Alto North America in booth 27. And how do we reach you online?
Oh, www.altonorthamerica.com. You'll see a video, a little Vimeo video that I put up as soon as you enter the website. We have a members area. It's free to join. Get on the mailing list.
So now I saw that video, and in fact, it sat on the runway and it blew a lot of smoke for quite some time. And in fact, the smoke was going all the way down the runway, and the camera panned all the way down.
Yes.
And if somebody didn't know, they'd think that thing was on fire.
Well, we had a little situation.
You had a situation. Oh,
We had a situation.
All right. Tell us.
Slimer got angry because he wasn't going in the air. His brakes were locked on the taxiway,
And the motor was running.
the motor was running. So I got the bright idea to just see how effective the smoke system was. Well, the fire department came and said, is everything okay? That's all I will say.
That happens sometime. In fact, real quick, I was at a powered paraglide event in Panama City and had 30 or 300 pilots all flying around, and this one guy had a smoke can on his leg. And retired Alabama fireman jumped up and said, "That man's on fire! That man's on fire!" And I tried to calm him down. It took him a while to realize that that was a controlled smoke can.
If I didn't know any better, I would think he was probably on fire, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's good that we warn everybody, let everybody know that the Slimer has this capability.
Yes, it does. Smoke System Helper.
Ah.
They are out of Texas.
Smoke system helper out of
Yes.
Texas. Now, what is that material? Is it
It is
glycerin?
nope. It is a liquid paraffin-based wax.
Oh, what do you know?
3.5 gallons is in the rear baggage compartment. Gives a little bit of weight to the aircraft, but nothing over standard. You just take it in and out with a quick connect. You fill it up because you don't want to get paraffin-based wax all over the inside of an airplane.
That would be bad.
Yeah, I've done it. I'm guilty.
Guilty.
I'm guilty.
And
Absolutely.
Your sweetie probably didn't like that either, did she?
No.
No, she didn't.
She sat in wax for about 2 days until I
And I bet
figured
she
out.
whacked you too.
She sure did.
Yes,
she
she
sure
did.
did. She called me a dummy.
No.
Yes.
Why would she do that?
I was being lazy, Paul. I didn't want
Klutzy,
to.
maybe.
I just
Klutzy.
didn't want to take the quick connect off and just take it outside the air.
Oh, okay. So anyway, back to this. We're going to see Dennis Long here in a moment. He's coming around. I guess we're waiting for the go-ahead. I see him down there.
He's in holding for warm up. Yeah. That's the only
Everything's
bad
done-
thing. That's a good thing with the Rotax. They want you to warm it up before you fly it.
It's important.
Yeah, maybe.
I think we should warm up all these motors before, except for the electrics. You don't need to do that.
You can warm them up.
Yeah, you could.
there's no point.
There's no point. You'll waste your battery, but you could do it.
Yeah, give you a little extra.
Thank you very much. Just been handed the show schedule.
Paul, I got in trouble yesterday.
You did? Tell
I
us,
did.
Scott.
Slimer got angry again
Oh, no.
in the pattern, and they didn't like that.
Oh, no. Did
you
you
know.
get spanked?
Slap on the wrist.
A little slap on the wrist.
I was threatened with handcuffs if I did it again, though.
Whoa. That's bad.
Yeah, well,
And handcuffs is basically means that you'd be grounded. Hey, I see Dennis moving now. Tell us what's going on.
well, Dennis is going to go down and line up, and hopefully they'll give him the go-ahead. I don't see anybody in the pattern, do you? Nope.
No, the Cavalon has already landed. The green Cavalon from Auto Gyro LV25 landed just a few moments ago.
Yeah.
I think it's clear.
Very beautiful airplane, by the way.
Yes, sleek, very
Yes.
sleek. You know, that kind of aircraft looks fast, just sitting still, and it's the same color as the Slimer.
I was jealous.
I bet
didn't
you
have
were.
a Slimer sticker on it.
You could stick one on there.
I don't know if the pilot would like it too much.
Probably not, but it'd be fun.
Well, let's see. Dennis is just going to give it full throttle. He should rotate right in front of the stand here, holding the wheel up right now. Yep.
And I imagine it's a 26-gallon tank in this one?
26 gallons, yeah.
26 gallons. So how long can he fly?
Well, when we brought it back from Searcy, Arkansas, used less than $100 in fuel.
$100
It's
in
about
fuel.
an 8-hour flight.
So you're flying about 100 knots an hour?
105, 108.
Oh, a little bit over 100. That's pretty good. That's moving.
He's just in front of us.
So we see him above the trees over there.
That thing will climb. It's got a Kiev ground adjustable pitch. We have it set in between cruise and climb just to see what we can do with it.
What degree pitch do you set it for?
I believe it's 4.
4?
I'd have to look at my notes, but
Gotcha. I've got my Big Red set for 11.5 degrees, but every machine's different. The gear ratio's different. It's all different. So here comes Dennis. It looks like he's getting ready to.
in front of us.
Just over the trees.
Yeah. Now a little bit about the airplane. It stalls at 40. The detents on the flaps, real simple to remember. 70, 60, 50.
70, 60, 50. Gotcha. Not that you're going to let me fly the Slimer.
We'll talk about that.
I wouldn't. My father wouldn't even let me borrow the car, Scott. So
Okay, maybe you will not fly Slimer.
that's probably smart, Scott, because if my dad wouldn't let me borrow the car, you know, it's funny because I never wrecked a car. My brothers, my sister, they all wrecked cars.
I'll let you sit in it.
Oh, hey, I can sit in it.
I won't give you the key, though.
No, that's okay. Would you take my wife Dawn up for a ride?
Absolutely.
All right, she would probably love that.
Absolutely. Or maybe I'll have Dennis do it. He likes to fly the thing.
He's on final right now. Now this is a all metal design suitable for builders. You can build it yourself.
Yes.
Kit
we,
form.
We offer a kit, which is a lot of work. The quick kit, it cuts down a little bit, and then you get the ready to fly model.
Excellent. So how much builder assist can I get? If I was to
49%.
49%. That's the official number.
49%.
49%. That's a really good answer. So I understand that we can also get this in a glider tow package. So if I wanted to do tug work.
Absolutely. If you know how to tow a glider, it's just a simple cable with a quick release down by your right leg, and do what you got to do, and come back and land and beat the skydivers
Yep.
while you're doing it.
Pick another one.
Absolutely.
We do towing at Lake Susie Airport, but I have a stationary tow that I put on a golf cart. Basically the same thing, but in this case, you attach it to the aircraft, and the aircraft climbs to altitude, and then they release.
Ah, okay. Simple design, isn't it?
Yes, it is simple.
Very.
And it's a great training technique, or for the gliders, the hang gliders, so you're towing them. He's on long final out there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on long final. He just wants to fly.
A lot of times on the manufactured demos like that, because the airspace is clear, typically you fly a lot tighter pattern. So that
Yeah,
can see
you
what's
want
going on.
to. Absolutely.
But I do see him out there. Here he comes in that Slimer. Now, how fast will he be going by, do you think? At what speed?
Probably 45.
45?
Just above stall.
So he's going to be poking along, just going slow,
Yeah.
so everybody can take a look at this beautiful Slimer. And that's the 912 TG. Yeah. It's up to them.
He should be getting into the third notch of flaps.
And you said that was 50.
Yes, 50.
I just want to let you know I remembered so that maybe I could work on you.
Yeah. You might have to remind me, Paul. After I say it, it leaves out the other ear.
Well, there you go. So Dennis is down.
Yeah, there he is. Now, with every typical LSA, you don't have toe brakes. That does not have toe brakes. That is the center hydraulic piston brake. A lot of people that come out of like 172s and the bigger airplanes, they try to push the toes up. Oh no, reach in the middle. A lot of people don't like that. But Direct Fly, myself, and a couple other dealers, we've designed a toe brake system for it. So early December, we will be offering toe brakes now.
Excellent. So we've got an incoming here. So we've got some folks lining up here. It looks like we've got the Stoll guys going to come out and play a little bit. That's the Acme Aero. And then here, there's another Acme Aero. They've got these huge Tundra tires on there. These are probably the 22-inch Tundra tires on there. So they could jump off the ground in just a little bit. This guy here is Steve Henry, I believe. I have to look on my list again. And that's in the number 44. As you saw, with a little bit of headwind, that thing jumps off the ground. Doesn't take much at all. Doesn't take much at all.
Here comes Dennis again, Paul.
And Dennis is getting ready to go again there, Scott.
Yes, he is. A little bit about the avionics. That's a Dynon 10-inch HDX. It has a backup ASI, just for redundancy. You lose your panel, you might be able to see something. Or you just look out the window.
Just look out the window. You're probably going to fly VFR anyway, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, on our craft, we don't have any instruments at all.
I don't know if I would want to know how to do that. I need to see how fast I'm going.
20 miles an hour. You're always going 20.
Is that indicated?
I indicate it now.
Indicated it now.
Yes.
Right.
By the breeze in your hair. That's exactly right.
You know, you could take a windsock up there.
You could. This is Levi in his Kit Fox. Levi was giving a good show yesterday. This is Levi Nogues in his yellow and red Kit Fox. And he put on a big show yesterday at the Stoll event. He's taxiing by in front of you now in the Kit Fox. That's the Stoll. I think that's going to be number 44 again, isn't it? We'll see when he comes around.
Oh, that's the look at.
Yeah, that'd be Steve. Anytime. That's Scott Rose, everybody. Anytime you want to come by and talk, please do. Don't waste any time. Just come on by.
If you'd like to come over and look at the airplane, more than welcome. If you'd like to get a quote, we can do a quote right here on site, and we can get you one ordered. Lead time right now is about 4 to 6 months, but I have my persuasions.
And of course, it's always worth the wait because, as you know, the Alto America 912 TG is a beautiful aircraft. That's something that you're going to want to have, and you can see them in booth 27. That's booth 27. Here's the Acme Aero. Acme Aero getting ready to take off, I believe so. He's coming back around, getting back in line. That's the Acme Aero. So I have to look at their tail number, I guess. There's Levi Nogales in his Kit Fox. Levi Nogales in the Kit Fox. That's the yellow and red Kit Fox. The number 44. Yep. Yep, that's showing off a little bit there. He's doing it. That's definitely Steve. Steve Henry. Some people call him Studley Steve. I think it's just the ladies, though. Steve Henry. And he put on quite the show yesterday. I'm going to tell you what. Some of these aircraft, they fired up and you had to put your fingers in your ears. They were so loud, but boy, they jumped off the ground in no time at all. There's another Acme Aero airplane. And that would be Jaden Newman right there. That's Jaden Newman. She's 18 years old. Jaden Newman, 18 years old. That's who my money is on. I don't mind saying I'm a little biased on that one. I like the kids. Studley Steve taking off again in his Wild West Highlander. That's wildwestaviation.com. Wildwestaviation.com. Steve Henry. Now, he's the guy they're chasing. He's the leader, supposedly, in the STOL competitions and STOL demos. But, like I said before, Jaden Newman, the 18-year-old lady that's flying the 2009 Cub Crafters, she only missed out by a half a second. It looks like this is the 912 TG Slimer again from Alto North America. 912 TG, the Slimer. Now, they got spanked yesterday because he puffed smoke, and he actually blew smoke all the way down the runway. It was a crowd pleaser, but unfortunately, it was frowned upon by the local authorities. Blowing smoke. Not supposed to blow smoke. Everybody thinks you're on fire. It's not a good thing in this type of area unless you're ready for it. This will be the Skoda. Flythebeach.com. Flythebeach.com. The Skoda. And the Skoda is being flown by, I'm not sure. I had that information a little while ago. I'll have to look and see again who's flying the Skoda. I don't know them personally. But they're in flythebeach.com. They're going to be in booth 38. That's LP38. They've got a couple different amphibs over there. There's Dennis Long again in the Alto North America 912 TG, the Slimer. 912 TG, the Slimer.
Thank you.
So that's the Kit Fox. That's Levi Nogales in the Kit Fox that landed down there, the yellow Kit Fox, the Big Thunder tires. And again, he did very well in the Stoll demonstration that we had yesterday. Last night it started at 6 o'clock. From 6 o'clock till 6:45. Had quite the crowd out here watching. It was quite amazing to see these things take off and land in such a short distance, and they're maximizing the horsepower to really, really press the envelope. They go full power with the brakes on, and then they release the brakes and pop that thing off the ground. It's pretty impressive. You can see them floating in right there. So they're actually landing really, really short. In fact, they're not even coming down this far. I think that's Jaden again, Jaden Newman. And that is Jaden Newman in the Nancy 5.3. So that would be in the Cub Crafters, the 2009 Cub Crafters. And this is Studley Steve Henry, in the Wild West Highlander machine. Big Tundra tires on that thing. And he'll drop it right in. Again, they're practicing. We've got a little turbulence today because we've got a little bit more of a crosswind than before. Actually, the wind is more down the runway it was when I was flying this morning. We had more of a crosswind down. It's pretty much down the runway. Wind is 7, pretty much straight out of the east-southeast. There's Levi Nogales in the Kit Fox. Levi Nogales in the Kit Fox. And again, the Stoll competition starts today, demonstration starts at, I believe, 6:45. So remember, everybody, we are also broadcasting this on YouTube channels. You can do a search on YouTube for Sun and Fun. You can do Florida Drone Supply or my name, Paul Zarnicki. And I'll tell you what, you got to be impressed with the takeoff capabilities of that aircraft. That's Studley Steve Henry, as the ladies call him, Studley Steve Henry, in that Wild West Highlander, Wild West Aviation Highlander. You can always check him out at wildwestaviation.com, wildwestaviation.com. That's Steve Henry. He's the leader. He's the one they're all chasing. Jaden was behind him at the Arkansas competition they had last month. She was only a half a second behind. Now, because we're doing a demonstration here, we are not doing an actual competition, so it's not timed. This is the Skoda, the amphibian from flythebeach.com. Flythebeach.com in the Skoda right there in front of you. Amphibian. Really, really nice. Fly the beach, land, open it up, let that thing float. You can land it on the water or on the ground, as you saw today. In booth 38. This is the white gyro. This would be the... We just had that listed out. And they landed short on there. Let me turn to the side and see which gyrocopter that is. That's... No. That's a gyro there. There's Dennis Long again in the 912 TG, which is from Alto North America. Alto North America, they're in booth 27. that white gyro right there that landed just a moment ago, they turned so fast and turned, I couldn't still can't see them. They're on the other side of the grandstands there. No. And it looks like this is Levi again in the Kit Fox. I think as soon as I can see the side of it, it is Levi Nogales in the Kit Fox. And then of course, Dennis Long in the 912 TG Alto North America. Got about 8-9 miles an hour wind from the east-southeast. I understand. A beautiful sunrise day today. We've got all kinds of sun. Those individuals that are coming from the frozen tundra of up north, I'm sure you appreciate the Florida sun. But make sure you put some sunscreen on, fellas and ladies. It's going to get burnt. So that's Jaden right there. Jaden Newman, 18 years old. I'd swear she's sitting on phone books to get up and look over the console there. She is tiny, and she is such a good pilot. The fellers are all afraid of her. She came in second place in the Arkansas. You can see the turbulence down there in the end a little bit. They're bouncing around, but they're trying to place it right after the line. It's an imaginary line right now. They're doing that. This is Scott Henry. I'm sorry, Steve Henry. Steve Henry flying that Wild West Highlander machine, number 44. And Levi Nogales again in the Kit Fox. Levi Nogales in the Kit Fox. Cletus. So that's pretty impressive. Steve Henry bounced off the ground in no time at all. Maybe, what, 10 feet, 5 feet? That thing really jumped up there. Of course, when the demonstration, you'll have official scorers that measure everything out on how fast they take off. There's strict guidelines of what they can do, what they can't do, so they can really set it up. So that'll be at 6:45 today, and it is quite interesting to see that. Definitely Kevlar. Let me write that on here. The marker. There's Levi Nogales in the Kit Fox. Levi Nogales, Kit Fox. That's the yellow and red. And here's everybody in the Flightline Tours. Hey, everybody, wave to the Flightline Tours. They are jumping on, and they get to drive through the entire Sun and Fun and Paradise City, checking it out. There's Steve Henry dropping it in. Steve Henry. Whoa, check it out. He's doing a little fun. And that is the Wild West Aviation, Steve Henry. Yeehaw, number 44. That's right, yeehaw, number 44, Steve Henry. He's the leader. He's the one they're gunning for in the National STOL competition that's going on and the demo today. Here's the green Cavalon. That green Auto Gyro Cavalon is in booth 25. Auto Cavalon. Auto Gyro Cavalon. It's a side-by-side model they have there, and it really does offer all kinds of features. And it's got a huge tank volume. They can handle great distances, and they always offer everybody the perfect position because each seat is individually adjustable. There's the Kit Fox. You see the Kit Fox does quite well, even though that motor is about half the horsepower that Steve Henry has. Of course, that aircraft is much, much lighter, the Kit Fox is. Looks like that Shannon Estes down there. Shannon Estes in the Magni Gyro. Shannon Estes out of Gulf Shores, Alabama. Magni Gyro. That's the Orion. Magni Gyro Orion. Magni Gyro Orion. Excellent. They're an LP10. You can see them over there. Magni Gyro Orion. The Magni Gyro Orion is an enclosed side-by-side two-seater. It's got dual control, and it's the first enclosed side-by-side two-seat factory-built gyro that's fully approved under the BCAR. The Orion M24 is equipped with 3 easily accessible baggage compartments, so you could take it on your trip. It has an 82-liter tank capacity, so that's quite large tank capacity. So you can get to where you're going, and you could fly easily 4 hours at a cruise speed at approximately 75 to 95 miles an hour. That's the Magni Gyro Orion in booth 10. I've been doing good. We've got another PPG pilot here, a longtime friend and student. Keith Butts, how you doing?
Doing great. It's a great day to come down here to Florida and see Sun and Fun for sure.
And where are you from?
I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Chesapeake, Virginia. Did you come down just for Sun and Fun?
Come down and do a little bit of vacation, and but this was the main reason. This was to cap it off.
So you're flying a powered paraglider.
A powered paraglider, yes.
And what do you have?
Right now I have a Scout.
A Scout, nice. What wing you flying?
Fly the Eden 4, and I have an Eden 5.
Excellent. That's a B-rated wing from, Mac Para. That's a nice wing. Eden's a nice wing.
That's correct.
So, are you going to fly while you're down in Florida?
No. I'll do my flying when I go back.
When you go home?
Yes.
So, how many years you been flying powered paragliders?
I've been flying 6 years now. fact, I learned from you that down at Pine Island. It was one of my highlights of my life to go down there and learn how to fly.
That's a nice airport down there. You can see water all around. Pine Island is surrounded by Sanibel, Captiva, North Captiva, Usepa, and then Gasparilla Islands all up there, aren't they?
Absolutely, it was beautiful down there.
It was nice. So what do you like best about flying powered paragliders?
Just the mobility, be able to just throw it on your back, throw your wing out, and take off. You don't have to have an airport, just a small little spot.
The other good thing about it is that they're very inexpensive, aren't they?
Very inexpensive. A cheap way to get into aviation.
Yep, inexpensive, and the maintenance isn't that bad at all, is it?
No, it's not. I haven't had any issues at all in 6 years.
Now, he's flying the Scout. The Scout's carbon fiber. A lot of it's carbon fiber. Well, tell us a little bit about that.
I have some friends that from Team Fly Halo, and I got into that. It's a really good unit. I mean, probably not the best for beginners because you can tear it up really easy.
Yeah, and what we're talking about is a foot-launched machine. So actually, your feet are the landing gear, aren't they?
Correct.
Let's see who's landing here now. This is the Kit Fox, so this will be Levi Nogales. Levi Nogales, and you can see it's a little bit turbulent there. They're bouncing around, having fun. So your feet are the landing gear. Have you had any hard landings?
I've never had any close calls. I had good training, and like I said, I've learned to fly, when the conditions are right.
Excellent. Knock on some wood there. Well,
Yeah.
knock on my head.
That's right.
Well, we really appreciate you coming by and saying hi. I like to include anybody that has a good aviation story to tell. So is there any quick story you can tell about maybe something that you saw was magical, like the sunrise or anything?
I guess the big thing is just seeing all the wildlife and all. I always had that dream when I was a kid to fly all the country fields behind my house, and thanks to you, I'm able to do that now.
Well, you're being very gracious, and I appreciate that. You have fun, and tell everybody.
Enjoy today.
Enjoy it. And remember, everybody, thank you very much, Keith. You're wonderful and very, very kind. Everybody, you can see this live stream on YouTube channels. There's 2 different YouTube channels you can check on. One of them is Florida Drone Supply, or you can check out Paul Zarnicki on Florida Drone Supply on YouTube. Florida Drone Supply and Paul Zarnicki. Do a search on Sun and Fun, Paradise City, and you'll find it on there. Excellent. Way to go, Keith. The auto gyro that just took off is a LP25. That was a Cavalon. That has the gray one with the shark graphic on the front. That's Autogyro USA, and they're in LP25. So, tell us who you are.
Tom Paulsa. Tom Paulsa.
Tom Paulsa. So, what are you flying? Manufacturer demo. If you're going to fly the manufacturer demo, please bring your aircraft up. Let's get lined up for the Wow, that's a few years.
So I don't know how many hours I got.
That's weight shift trike, though, a Rev X. That's Larry Mednick. Larry Mednick in the Rev XS, and that's a fixed wing trike. And Larry Mednick in the Rev, in the Evolution. You can see them buzzing around. This manufacturer demo, so they get to do things that normally doesn't happen. And they'll be cruising around. That's Larry Mednick. And they're in booth 16. That's booth 16, Larry Mednick in the Rev XS. And you see him swooping down and around right now. He's coming low over the runway, and he'll do a touch and go and let you see the performance of this aircraft. Larry Mednick. And Larry Mednick will be doing a forum to let you know more about the weight shift trikes. And he'll be doing that at 3 o'clock on Thursday. 3 o'clock on Thursday. This is the Rev X. They have all kinds of them. This particular one here cruises at 45 miles an hour. It'll take off in about 100 feet, and it'll has a VNE of 62 miles an hour. You can climb at 1,200 feet per minute in the Rev X. And the starting price is about $36,900. You see him flying really, really slow right there. The stall speed is 28 miles an hour, and he's flying really slow. Of course, we have a strong headwind, so that means that he can actually lay it out pretty easy. There is no front strut. It's an all-wheel suspension, and it folds onto a specific trike dolly so that you can set it up and store it in under 10 minutes. The ultimate ultralight Rev, full suspension, no front strut. Pack it up in 10 minutes, so it's a great off-field trike that can be transported easily by one person. That's right, when the wind blows, the fun doesn't end in the Rev X. The Rev X uses a 25% smaller wing and a longer and wider wheelbase with nearly double the horsepower of the ultralight version of the Rev. We see here the Virus SW. That's Pipistrel in LP4. That's the Virus. They're coming up next. There's Larry Mednick one more time coming through showing you the outstanding capabilities of this weight shift trike. This is the Rev XL. The Rev XS LP16, Larry Mednick. It's a fixed wing trike, weight shift trike. Remember that the Rev X uses a 25% smaller wing than the ultralight version of the Rev. They're in booth 16. Tight turning, very, very fast, cruise about 45 miles an hour, takes off very, very quickly in 100 feet. Very, very fun to fly. And you can always go check them out at LP16 at Revo, Evolution Revo. And that's Larry Mednick, everybody. Let's give a hand to Larry Mednick. Way to go, buddy. Larry Mednick. Yay, Larry. Excellent job in the Revo XS. You can see them in booth 16. That's Evolution Revo in the Revo XS. Larry Mednick. Next up, I believe, is the Pipistrel Virus. We'll see in just a minute. Sometimes they change the order on us. But if that's the case, they'll be in booth 4, and you can check them out over there. The Pipistrel is a beautiful aircraft. Pipistrel has quite a few of them. This is to be the Virus SW 121. And if it is the Virus, it's the most advanced aircraft in its category. It's a result of over 20 years of design, energy efficient motorplanes, which allows for the glider philosophy there. The aircraft shape is so clean they enable flying with the smallest amount of power and very low noise, and of course low fuel consumption. Thank you, baby. They are putting a different one in front. I don't have this one listed as being, that's Alto? DR. '89. That's it? Yeah. Do you know this aircraft? Ecolot. Ecolot Topaz. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up. That's an Ecolot Topaz. I didn't have it on my list. I'm sorry about that. Ecolot Topaz. Here you go. Here's your card back, sir. So we have here, who are you, sir? Trying to turn it on. There you go.
Chris Schuba from Chicago area. We booth number 2. You are seeing Topaz KRO 30 with the 80 horsepower engine, Rotex engine. Perform 100% for the light sport specs. Flying pilot is Don Reed. His place is in a Clearwater, Florida. Right now you can see this is one of the oldest model, already 5 years, flying in Florida area. Manufacturing production is for the last 25 years, over 300 sold around the world. We have now new model, which will be SW Topaz, short wing airplane, will perform for the cowboy flying. As you see, this performance is with the 80 horsepower. We do offer with the 100 horse, 115, and of course, if somebody want a different engine, we can always accommodate. That's Topaz. Very quiet, designed for European Union, which not allowed to be noise above 60 decibel along flying in the cities. It's enjoyable flying airplane. Also, if somebody like to glide, you can put engine on the idle and glide. It's got the 1:15 gliding ratio. You can enjoy it in case of emergency. We do have the gliding ratio, plus we do have parachute in it. As you see, he's going slow with this wind, claps down, 1 notch. Very quiet, very smooth, and enjoyable flying. I come out with my airplane, which you can see in booth 2, number 2, 2 days ago from Chicago. Took me 7.5 hours to fly direct 1 day. Normally it's 9 hours, but I have wonderful help with the wind tail.
And the Topaz, the KR30 Topaz, is best in class in SLA with state-of-the-art composite material and the base engine of the Rotex 912 UL. And as he just said, it can be upgraded to the 912 ULS or the 912 SI fuel injection 100 horsepower engine. You can see them in booth 2. Don Reese.
Of course, like everybody, we are giving the flights, which are not demo flights, but those are just relaxing.
And seeing is believing with the Ecolot Topaz. Don't settle for less when it comes to purchasing your dream. It features modern automobile-like interior with many upgrade options, just like premium-priced SLSA manufacturers.
I have to add to this, our model, which is only one in United States, one airplane, light sport airplane, which's got electrical seats adjustment. For the north flying, we have cabin heat, we got blower with the heat for the windshield, and of course electric
This is one of the best-in-class SLSA with state-of-the-art composite materials, and seeing is believing. Don't settle for less when it comes to Ecolot. Choose the Topaz. And enjoy the show. You take care and have fun. Are you good? The thermometer is showing 82 degrees here today. 82 degrees, so it's warming up. Got a little bit cold last night, nice and warming up. Let's see who we have here. That's the Ecolot. Topaz. Ecolot Topaz. Don Reese flying. They're in booth LP2. And they're giving him the one red paddle, which means for them to land. One red paddle, time to land. And we'll get the next aircraft up. And cars, it's not just pulling the cable anymore. That's the Ecolot Topaz, booth 2. One more time, give it up for the Ecolot Topaz in booth 2. Nice show, very nice show. If you get a chance, go look at that. Seriously, the interior is unbelievably, very, very nicely appointed. Very nice appointed. Next up is the Alto North 912 TG. Alto North. And we'll see if we can see who's flying that. That's going to be Dennis Long flying the 912 TG Alto North America. They're in booth 27. I'm sorry. That's the Slimer. 912 TG is actually from Brno, Czech Republic. And this aircraft was designed as a simple all-metal design suitable for assembly in amateur conditions. It provides sufficient performance corresponding to the standards in the category, low maintenance costs, and easy, comfortable flight control. The Alto 912 TG is equipped with a proven Rotex 912 ULS engine and provides plenty of power for the LSA group. And he's sliming us. We just got slimed, everybody. The Slimer, he's got the graphics from Ghostbusters on there. Everybody loves it. That's the glycerin that's reduced out there. We just got slimed. Now, they can do that with permission during the manufacturer showcase. Any other time, they think you're on fire, and it's not a good thing. But this case, it's great. We just got slimed by the 912 TG Alto North America. Here he comes again. Now the length of this is 21 feet, and the wingspan is 27 feet. Cockpit width is 4 feet, 48 inches, and he's going to slime us again. There you go. He says the aircraft, if it sits too long without sliming people, he gets disappointed, so you got to slime him. That has the 912 ULS. Empty weight is 635 pounds, and a cruising speed of about 107 knots. So it's a mover, that's for sure. It's also available with a Galaxy GRS rescue system, and glider tow package can be installed. Now Dennis Long is actually flying that, but sometimes Scott Reese does also, but that's Dennis Long flying. That's Alto North America, manufactured in Brno, Czech Republic. And there's over 100 of these all-metal aircraft in the United States, Brazil, South Africa, many other places. And you can register that as an SLSA or an ELSA aircraft. It's got the proven Rotex engine in there. Maximum takeoff weight is 1,320 pounds. And where he gets slimed one more time. You can see how quiet that is when he's not really on the power. Everybody likes to see the smoke. Alto North America, Scott Green, and in this case, Dennis Long flying. LP27, the 912 TG, the Slimer. I think he'll be coming around one more time before he lands. So here he is on final. He's just turning on final right now. And let's see what he's going to do. They don't tell me what they're really going to do. I knew he was going to slime because he gave us a warning about that. But we really don't know what the pattern or what kind of things they're going to do. Looks like he's going to actually come in for a landing. He may do a touch and go or a low pass. It's like this is going to be just a low pass. Got his flaps down, showing you what the aircraft can do. That's Dennis Long, everyone, in the Alto North 912 TG. Dennis Long. And you can always go see them in booth 27. $26-gallon gas tank there. So again, that can fly for quite some time and comfortably. Alto North America LP27 has affordable light sport aircraft. And again, you can register them as SLSA or ELSA aircraft. There's 100 of these all-metal aircraft flying around in the United States, Brazil, South Africa, and Spain. The 912 TG was designed a simple metal. You can build it yourself. Amateur conditions, no problem. 912 UL engine, 26 gallons. Has a load factor of +4 Gs or -2 Gs, so you can actually push it around a little bit. +4 and -2 Gs. And here he comes on final. They're giving him the red paddle, I believe, down there. Yes, they are. The red paddle means that he'll be landing this time around. That'll be Dennis Long. Dennis Long, Alto North America, 912 TG. Yes, he is landing. They're giving him the red paddle. That means his time is up. And next up looks like it's going to be the Pipistrel. So there you have it. Dennis Long in the Alto North 912 TG. Good show. Excellent job, Dennis. Where's Pipistrel?
Yes, I've got it marked. Right here. All you gotta do is pull this.
Thank you. Next up, we believe, is going to be the Pipistrel LP4. And we believe it's the Virus. It is. This is the Virus SW. The Virus SW is the fastest high-wing cruiser. The Virus SW is the most economic high-speed cruiser and definitely the fastest high-wing aircraft in the family in this category. Multiple choice engines defines the variants ranging from 80 horsepower to the 115 horsepower turbocharged Rotex 912 or 914 series engines, also including the fuel-injected IS models. State-of-the-art composite materials, lightweight, robust features, No other competitor can actually offer what these folks do. And Rand DeFalmer. Rand DeFalmer is flying this. He is from Zephyr Hills, Florida. Rand Palmer flying the Pipistrel. Now, one thing you'll notice about this, it's very graceful in the sky, uses a low power because Pipistrel are typically built thinking about gliders, a motor glider type. They have many years of experience in designing these aircraft. So they want to fly with clean lines, and they can enable the smallest amount of power and noise and low fuel consumption. These are the most advanced and affordable 2-Street EASA type certified aircrafts in the category. Comfortable interior, dual screen glass cockpit, CS propeller, air brakes, autopilot. It's actually ideal for training or personal travel airplane. Capable of glider towing, night VFR, and internal spinning approvals. This is the Virus SW is what you're seeing right here. Coming up at the forum, the next forum would be 12 o'clock. It's Aircraft Building, What You Need to Know by Charlie Becker from the EAA. Avail yourself of the educational opportunities here at Paradise City, Sun and Fun 2021 in the forum tent. We have Aircraft Building starting at 12 o'clock. Aircraft Building, Charlie Becker, EAA, What You Need to Know to Build Your Own Aircraft. That's Charlie Becker. At 1:30, Autogyro by Autogyro Bob Snyder, and that's LP25. So here we see the Pipistrel Virus SW basically oh, it's beautiful. And there he is gliding, folks. He's got the motor stopped right there. He just glided that whole way. Excellent glide ratio. It is a very, very fast high-wing cruiser. The Virus SW is the only light aircraft that combines pure speed with unprecedented fuel economy. More than 1,000 of these units are already sold worldwide, winning the hearts and acclaims of private owners, aviation professionals, training organizations, and military instructors alike. It's even won the NASA Challenge twice. That's right, twice it's won the NASA Challenge. Since these victories at PAV Challenge in 2007 and NASA GAT Centennial Challenge in 2008, the Virus SW has been further refined and optimized for even better performance. That's Pipistrel Virus SW. Pipistrel Virus SW, and they are in booth LP4. The instrument panel is also made of carbon fiber with visible structure, can accommodate a wide selection of modern avionics, including full glass cockpit, IFR state with dual access GPS-driven autopilot, and either electric or hydraulic constant speed propeller control. Really, really nice aircraft. You guys are looking around. You want to stop by booth 4 and check this out. Really something to see. I know I'm a little biased, but Pipistrel, it really is very, very nicely appointed, let me tell you. And Rand DeFalmer is flying this right now. Rand DeFalmer out of Zephyr Hills, Florida, so he's a local boy. Zephyr Hills isn't that far away here. And this particular one is the 80 horsepower 912 version. Look at this. That's really moving for 80 horsepower, y'all. Very, very clean lines. Rand DeFalmer in the Pipistrel Virus SW. They're in booth 4, LP4. And like I said before, it is the fastest high-wing cruiser. Very, very clean lines. Not much holding this thing back. Low, low drag, low fuel consumption, and as you've already been able to tell, low noise. Very, very quiet coming in. He's going to make one more low pass and wheel the wings to say hi to everybody. Pipistrel SW, Virus SW. It's always nice to have local folks flying. He's from Zephyr Hills. The Virus SW. And they're in booth 4. Highly recommend you go check them out. If you want to see a nice cockpit, that's the one to look at. Very, very economical, low power, low noise, low fuel burn, and very, very fast. So you get everything all in one package with the Pipistrel Virus SW. Yay, let's hear it for Pipistrel Virus SW. Booth 4. Very, very nice showing. Excellent, excellent aircraft. Looks like next up we're going to have the Magni Gyro Magni Gyro Orion. And they're in LP10. LP10. And it's the Magni Gyro Orion. Magni Gyro. Thank you, sweetie. So the Magni Gyro, this yellow gyroplane here, the pilot is Shannon Estes. He's from Gulf Shores, Alabama. Gulf Shores, Alabama, Shannon Estes. The aircraft is actually owned by Magni Flight Aircraft. And that is beautiful. That uses a Rotex 914 engine. It'll fly about 95 miles an hour. And it's a 3.5-hour endurance, so you can go a long way again. They're located in LP10. They also provide sales and training, so if you want to get trained on flying one, you can go check it out. They're at Jack Edwards Aircraft in Gulf Shores, Alabama. You see the bank and the roll of that. That is just a beautiful, nice, bright yellow aircraft. That's Shannon Estes in the Orion. Magni Gyro is a 50-year-old leading Italian company that produces world-renowned range of gyroplanes known for their safety, reliability, and high quality. Discover the performance of Magni Gyro rotary wing aircraft and let yourself be captured by the wonderful passion shared by thousands of pilots and enthusiasts around the globe. Magni Gyros are experimental in the United States, and they're imported from Italy, and the 51% owner built. They're the most durable, economical, and forgiving to fly of all the modern gyroplanes. They offer sales, builder assist, and flight instruction. Mark Sprigg is the certified flight instructor and designated pilot examiner. In this particular aircraft, Shannon Estes is flying. Again, he's from Gulf Shores, Alabama. And it's got the 914 engine in there. That's the Magni M24 VIP. Magni M24 VIP. That's the Orion. Enclosed side-by-side two-seat dual control. Magni 24 is the first enclosed side-by-side two-seat factory-built gyrocopter that's fully approved under the BCAR Section T in the UK approval standard for gyroplanes. It's also equipped with 3 easily accessible Badger compartments so you can take it along with you on your trip. This is Shannon Estes from Gulf Shores, Alabama, flying today. This aircraft is owned by Magni Flight. He's That's the Magni Gyro Orion M24. Magni Gyro M24. He'll be coming around one more time and landing. I think they're going to give him the red paddle. Magni Gyro's 50-year-old Italian company. They've got the experience. They know how to build them. Magni Gyro. Shannon Estes, Gulf Shores, Alabama. In the Rotex 914 engine powering that beautiful thing. Remember, the top rotor is not powered. It's the forward motion that actually enables that rotor to spin. That top rotor is only powered at the very, very start to get it rotating so that when they roll, they don't have to roll as far. Magni Gyro Orion. And that's in booth 10, everybody. Go look at them. Really something to see by there. I'm sure he'll be getting the red paddle this time around, meaning it's time for him to land. Orion, booth 10, in the Super Stole. And yes, that's it. That's them. Gary Schmidt is piloting this one. Big Tundra tires. And as you can see with these just aircraft, the Super Stole especially, super short takeoff and landing for a reason. Shannon Estes, everybody, did a wonderful job. Everybody give him a hand. Shannon Estes from Gulf Shores in the Orion aircraft. The Super Stole is the latest landing and takeoff capability. The new wing has demonstrated a tremendous. The unparalleled Stole flight has been accomplished by flaps. No other aircraft kit manufacturer offers a comparable aircraft. The Super Stole price is just $41,900, and it 1-inch Tundra tires, and the Walhalla, South Carolina. And here, that's just aircraft in booth 20. That's LP20. Big Tundra tires. Backcountry machines out there. With the new wing configuration, the Highlander will cruise, can take off 50 feet of runway, and at about $42,000 makes it very affordable. That's just aircraft out of Walhalla, South Carolina. That's LP20. LP20. You should check them out. This Gary Schmidt flying this one. Gary Schmidt. That's the yellow and black Super Stole. And in fact, if you see the Super Stole competition that we have, the National Stole competition, you'll see other just aircraft in there performing very, very well. Again, this new wing has demonstrated a tremendous gain in slow flight capability, and the unparalleled Stole flight has been accomplished by incorporating self-deploying leading-edge slats and aggressive Fowler flaps. They've also got a new landing gear system, takes full advantage of the hydraulic strut and long-distance travel, so if you have a rough landing, those shock absorbers will absorb it no problem. Just below $42,000 makes it very, very affordable, that's for sure. Out of Walhalla, South Carolina, just aircraft. Gary Schmidt, everyone. Gary Schmidt in the yellow-black Super Stole. Something good to see. They also have the 103 Solo over there. The 103 Solo. The 103 Solo is, in fact, a 103 aircraft, meaning that it's the FAR 103 rules. You don't need a license. Don't need a license to fly it. as long as it's under 5 gallons of gas and it follows other certain criteria. Gary Schmidt flying this one out of Walhalla, South Carolina, is the manufacturer. Gary Schmidt, Just Aircraft, Super Stol, LP20, showing the slow flight capabilities. They've got those Fowler flaps down and the leading strut, leading edge on there. You can see it all deployed right now. Look how slow he's going. Granted, we have about an 8 to 10 mile an hour wind right now, a headwind, but his ground speed has got to be, what, 10 at the most? Unbelievable capabilities of the Super Stol from Just Aircraft. That's the yellow-black Just Aircraft Super Stol. Gary Schmidt, LP20. They're out of Walhalla, South Carolina. And if you want to go see, they do have the 103 Solo over there. And the 103 Solo can be flown without a license. Obviously, you need some good instruction or you'll only fly it once. Right? Right. At about $42,000, this aircraft can be yours. Maybe not this specific one, but you can have one just like it. And I'm looking at the weather station we have here, and we probably got a 20-degree swing in the wind direction. It's not super calm, so these pilots are actually demonstrating some superior skill. They make it look easy, but in reality, it takes some skill to do this. So you're going to have to get good instruction, that's for sure. The Super Stol, the latest from Just Aircraft, again with the superior short field takeoff and landing capability. They've got these new Fowler flaps and the leading edge slats, which allow it to perform right up there and lead the pack when it comes to STOL capabilities. That's short takeoff and landing capabilities. Gary Schmidt, LP20, Just Aircraft. Water. He'll plop it right down there. There you go. Gary Schmidt. Give it up for Jerry Schmidt. Just Aircraft. Gary Schmidt out of Walhalla, South Carolina. Excellent job. 21-inch Tundra tires. Got the tail dragger going. Look at that. Very, very nice. I think coming up now is the Bristol. I should have some information on this one, I believe. This is the Skyreach 600, Sky Leader. And Sky Leader North America. This is the 600, the Sky Leader 600, with a base price below $100,000. The possibilities to customize your Sky Leader 16, they're nearly endless. Sky Leader North America is the exclusive U.S. and Canadian distributor for Sky Leader aircraft, and it's one of Europe's best sellers. They're offering 3 models, the Sky Leader 600, which you see right now, the 400, which is a racy-looking model with sports car-like features and a unique gull-wing canopy, and then the GP1, which is a carbon composite high-wing 2-seat airplane. It's designed more for pilot training and low-cost flying. This one here is the Sky Leader 600 that has a base price, like I said, below $100K, and it really does pack a lot of punch here. Unparalleled space and comfort, 50-inch wide slide-back canopy. Encloses a 48-inch wide cockpit, so it's 4 foot wide, so a couple big fellers can get in there, no problem. This is Sky Leader. I don't know the pilot's name right there, I'm sorry. I don't know who's actually flying right now, but this is Sky Leader LP12 in the Sky Leader 600. Very, very sleek looking aircraft. This is actually a light sport aircraft. Got a Rotax engine in it. And you can see how graceful it is in the sky. They'd be pleased to have you over there at booth 11. Say hi to him at Sky Leader. Tell him you saw him during the manufacturer demo. How quiet it is, too. That's the Sky Leader 6.